Let's talk about electric cars. When you think of them, you probably picture something sleek, expensive, and American. Or maybe German. But the world's biggest electric car maker isn't who you think. It's BYD, build your dreams. Before cars, BYD made something you almost certainly used: batteries. Not car batteries, but the little ones that powered your old Nokia phone. In 1995, Wang Chuanfu, a chemist, saw Japanese companies dominating the rechargeable battery market. But at a high cost. Wang believed he could make batteries just as good but cheaper, using clever manufacturing and hard work. With a family loan, he set up a small workshop, relying on skilled workers instead of expensive machines. This human-centric approach made BYD flexible and cheap, a true underdog story. Within a few years, BYD wasn't just competing, it was dominating, supplying giants like Nokia and Motorola. The power source for the mobile revolution often came from this upstart Chinese company. BYD mastered the art of storing electricity in small, reliable packages. This expertise in battery chemistry and manufacturing became the foundation for everything that followed. It was the secret ingredient that would eventually power a much bigger dream. BYD's journey from humble beginnings to battery powerhouse set the stage for their next move. They didn't just make batteries, they learned how to innovate and scale. This deep knowledge would soon be applied to something much larger. The leap from phone batteries to electric cars wasn't obvious, but it was inevitable for BYD. Their story is about more than batteries, it's about ambition, ingenuity, and relentless drive, and it all started with the battery you never noticed but probably used every day. That's how BYD quietly charged up for a revolution. BYD's story is tied to Shenzhen, a city that transformed from fishing villages to a capitalist laboratory in the 1980s. When Wang Chuanfu started BYD in 1995, he was just one of thousands of entrepreneurs in this booming city. He began with a small rented space and 20 employees, humble, but in the right place at the right time. Shenzhen offered skilled labor, a fast-growing supply chain, and a pro-business atmosphere. The city's explosive growth mirrored BYD's own rise. BYD's culture was built on relentless hard work and frugal innovation. Engineers worked around the clock, focused on solving problems, not perks. The mission outcompete global giants. This spirit became part of BYD's DNA, valuing practical results over perfection. By the early 2000s, BYD was the world's largest rechargeable battery maker. They went from a small workshop to a global powerhouse in less than a decade. Listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, Wang Chuanfu was now a wealthy man, but he wasn't done. He looked at Shenzhen's crowded streets and wondered, what if we put our batteries on wheels? Mastering small batteries was just the beginning. The next challenge, building cars. In 2003, BYD was king of batteries. The next logical step? Cars. Wang Chuanfu's announcement shocked investors. BYD would build cars for the masses. The stock price plummeted. Executives doubted the move. They were battery experts, not car makers. To enter the auto industry, BYD bought the struggling Sichuan automobile company, mainly for its car manufacturing license. Suddenly, BYD owned a car factory. Their first car, the BYD F3, was heavily inspired by the Toyota Corolla. Conventional, petrol-powered, but incredibly cheap. In a booming Chinese market, cheap was exactly what people wanted. The F3 was a runaway success, making BYD a serious player overnight. But the F3 was just a stepping stone, a way to learn the car business. While petrol cars paid the bills, BYD's real focus was electric. Battery engineers and car engineers worked together, figuring out how to power vehicles with BYD's battery expertise. The dream was always electric mobility. BYD was playing the long game, using conventional cars to fund their electric ambitions. They learned, adapted, and prepared for the next leap. The transition from batteries to cars was bold, but it was just the beginning. BYD's journey was about to spark a revolution in electric vehicles. They weren't just building cars, they were building the future. The world just didn't know it yet, but they would soon enough. Before EV was a buzzword, BYD was all in on electricity. In 2008, 2 years before Tesla's Model S, BYD launched the F3 DM, the world's first mass-produced plug-in hybrid. It could run on electricity before a petrol engine kicked in, a groundbreaking move. The key was BYD's own battery tech, lithium iron phosphate, LFP. LFP batteries were cheaper and safer than the industry's nickel-manganese cobalt alternatives. BYD sacrificed a bit of range for huge gains in cost and safety. While rivals saw electric cars as niche, Wang Chuanfu saw the future. He bet the company on battery improvements and mass adoption. BYD's early commitment gave them a massive head start. They designed cars around their batteries, innovating faster and controlling costs. This deep expertise would soon let them challenge and surpass the world's most famous EV maker. No story of BYD is complete without China's government. Beijing saw EVs as a way to leapfrog Western automakers and dominate the next era. The government gave generous subsidies, making BYD's cars even cheaper and boosting demand. Billions were spent on charging infrastructure, removing range anxiety. BYD also got R&D grants, tax breaks, and land for factories. Cities were pushed to electrify public fleets. BYD became the top supplier of electric buses and taxis. This support let BYD scale up, refine tech, and achieve massive economies of scale. The partnership between BYD and the state was a rocket booster, fueling their rise to global superpower. For years, Tesla dominated the electric car conversation, making EVs cool and fast and aspirational. BYD played a different game: accessibility over flash. While Tesla targeted the premium market, BYD aimed to build an electric car for everyone. As BYD's lineup matured, they launched stylish, tech-filled models like the Han Sedan and Auto 3 SUV at prices far below Tesla's. BYD offered 80% of the experience for 60% of the price, a compelling deal for most buyers. In late 2023, BYD outsold Tesla in global pure EV sales, a watershed moment. Their vast product range and dominance in China made the difference. Tesla had 4 main models. BYD had dozens, from city cars to luxury SUVs. The two companies have different philosophies. Tesla is a tech brand, BYD a manufacturing powerhouse. BYD wins on scale, cost, and variety. The rivalry is great for consumers driving innovation, quality, and lower prices. It's accelerating the global shift to electric mobility. Tesla set the pace, but BYD is now leading the charge in volume. The competition is just getting started, and the world is watching. While the world watched the car market, BYD quietly conquered another arena: buses. BYD is now one of the world's largest electric bus makers, with vehicles in cities from London to Santiago. City buses are perfect for EV tech. Predictable routes, central charging, and huge savings on fuel and maintenance. BYD set up factories worldwide, building buses locally and creating jobs. This strategy built trust and brand recognition. Millions ride BYD buses daily, often without knowing it. The bus division provided steady revenue, funding R&D and supporting the car business. BYD's pragmatic approach electrified not just cars but city streets worldwide. They didn't just chase glory. They did the hard work of transforming public transport. That's how they built a global, resilient enterprise. And it all started with the humble city bus. How does BYD make so many EVs at such low prices? Vertical integration. Unlike most car makers, BYD makes almost everything in-house, from batteries to semiconductors. This strategy, born from their battery roots, is their secret weapon. BYD designs and builds its own batteries, motors, controllers, and even chips. During global chip shortages, BYD kept building while others stalled. They make wiring, lights, dashboards, even glass. This level of control hasn't been seen since Henry Ford's day. It lets BYD innovate quickly, cut costs, and protect against supply shocks. They keep value in-house, selling cars for less while staying profitable. BYD doesn't just build cars, they build the bits that build the car. The future is electric, and BYD isn't slowing down. Now a global EV leader, they're chasing the next breakthroughs: better batteries, self-driving tech, and sustainable manufacturing. Their LFP blade battery leads in safety and cost, but they're investing in solid-state and sodium-ion batteries for even more range and affordability. BYD is also developing its own autonomous driving systems, leveraging in-house sensors and hardware for seamless integration. Their goal: advanced self-driving features across all models, not just luxury cars. Beyond cars, BYD is becoming a total green energy provider, making solar panels, battery storage, and more. Imagine a BYD solar panel charging a BYD battery in your garage, powering your BYD car. It's a holistic vision for a sustainable future. From humble battery maker to global EV superpower, BYD's journey is remarkable. And if history is any guide, their next chapter will be just as electrifying. The revolution isn't over, it's just getting started. BYD is building not just cars, but the future of energy and mobility. Watch this space.